making a video about all of the flock cameras in Mount Washington, Kentucky. Mount Washington is absolutely beautiful. It's a friendly community. People here are so helpful. They're genuinely kind. It's a clean community. Mount Washington and Bullitt County in general are really beautiful. The city of Mount Washington has just about 18,000 residents, and I share with other people all the time what a great community it is and recommend living here. Unfortunately, one extremely bad thing about Mount Washington is the proliferation of flock cameras. I really don't like these cameras, and I would like to see them legally removed. These flock mass surveillance cameras don't prevent crime, and our city, Mount Washington, has spent over $137,000 on these flock surveillance cameras. Bullitt County Sheriff's Office has spent $145,000 on the flock surveillance cameras. There's now an inability to enter or leave Mount Washington without it being permanently cataloged, which essentially creates a geofenced prison for all of us innocent residents. That means you can't enter or leave the city without it being photographed, tracked, shared, uploaded, analyzed, and permanently stored in an AI database when no crime has been committed and there's no warrant. So the bold lines here are the main roads into the city. So there's a bold line here. You can see that that's one of the main roads in. And there's a bold line here, so you can see that that's one of the main roads in. So there's flock cameras posted here, which would capture your movements if you came in or out of the city here. And then there's flock cameras over here, which would capture your movements in or out of the city if you came in that way. And then the same thing on this other main road. There's flock cameras here, which would capture your movements if you came in on that side, and flock cameras here if you came in on that side or exited on that side. So that's what it means by a geofenced prison for all of us innocent residents. And besides those cameras, you can also see, obviously, there's tons of other cameras within the city limits capturing your just daily movements, your pattern of life, the things that you do, whose friends' houses you go to, family members' houses, your errands that you're running, the way that you go to work, your commute, you're dropping off your kids, going to the park, going to the library. It really doesn't matter what you do in your personal life. You know, you're innocent. 99% of us are innocent. So this sort of thing should not be tracked. But these mass surveillance systems, the flock, is in fact tracking this stuff. It's analyzing, along with the details of your car, like the make, the model, so on and so forth. It's also analyzing where you go, how often, what time, who you know, your friends are, your family members. It's analyzing all that and storing it, uploading it to the cloud. It's creating permanent records on all of us innocent civilians. Like I was saying, no crime's been committed. There's no warrant for this, but it's still happening. The ALPRs in Mount Washington create an extensive vehicle history of all of us drivers just going about our daily tasks and seeking essential services. The cameras are creating permanent records of our pattern of life data, our private information. They're capturing all of this information without our permission. These ALPRs do not improve our quality of life in Mount Washington or in Bullitt County. They're not proven to reduce crime. It's as if all of us innocent civilians have an ankle monitor attached to us or a GPS tracker on our car as we're just going about our daily tasks here in Mount Washington. Now, we have a reasonable expectation of privacy, and according to our Constitution, our Fourth Amendment, we have the freedom of movement. But you can see how this is being violated by these flock cameras. Only 0.3% of ALPR hits might even transfer into a useful lead. That doesn't mean that they do, it means that they might. Also, there's a 10% inaccuracy rate of plate reads, which has led to wrongful arrest. That can cost the city in legal payouts. That hasn't happened yet in Mount Washington. I'm not saying that it has, it's just possible, and we want to be aware of that. And finally, just because a technology is new, it doesn't give it a free pass. We need to speak up about our freedoms. We need to speak up when they're being violated. We need to talk to city council. We need to talk to the mayor, and we need to talk to our legislatures about the concerns that we have about how this is violating our freedom of movement, how it's violating our Constitution, how it's violating our privacy. And if you feel led to do so, I hope that you join me in speaking up. Thank you so much.